Hello friends. So today we'll be discussing on software development lifecycle. What is software development lifecycle? What do you understand by the word software development lifecycle? It's basically the whole circle, whole path, how you start and how you end the ticking clock basically. So you create softwares, enterprise level softwares, website, applications and all those, right? So in process of creation of those applications, you have a process, defined process of steps, how you go through the whole development process. So the whole thing is called software development life cycle. So how you start with SDLC basically. In SDLC you start with the initiation of the idea. If you have something with your stakeholder, they will be telling you that boss, this is the product that we have to make. They will imagine the idea that this is the product, this will be the business benefits if we are able to achieve this, and if they are able to make that, they will be having XYZ benefits that will be measured as the key factor of success of the whole project itself. So you start with the idea, you imagine it in a form of project, how you are going to achieve that goal step by step. So how you start with it? So this is basically the planning phase where you brainstorm, sit together and make the whole project charter document that has fixed number of ideas, how you are going to stage those product items step by step, right? You have the key stakeholders, you have the project idea, what you are going to achieve, you have the measuring factor, how we will be saying that this is a success, and there goes the whole process. So how you start with it? So you start with the planning phase, you go into the initiation of project. So in planning, what you do in planning, you do resource planning, you do kind of uh, software requirement planning, you do kind of planning of say tools and infra requirements. So now those things you plan in the beginning, and you plan the lay the whole milestone step by step how you are going to achieve those, right? So the in next phase of project will be the initiation, software development life cycle. Initiation will be there. In initiation, what you will be doing, you will be laying down the stones, you will be forming the teams, you will be starting the work in chunk of small milestones, right? So in the whole software development life cycle, you start with planning, you do with the initiation, then you start with the project. How it goes, I will tell you the quick flow of how you go with the whole software life cycle, right? So what you do is, first of all, you start taking the small chunk of stories, maybe sub tasks into it, and you start development into it. Basically you start writing codes, and that code, what you do with the code, you do unit testing in your locale, and then you put it in basically Devin sort of thing. Then you go for testing. You once you are done with the testing, what you do, you move it to the production. Before you go into the production, you have one more step, that is sort of staging. You develop the small chunk of item, you keep it in staging, you see it in before production environment, test it thoroughly that if it is working as expected, and if it is working at all, then you say boss, this is ready to go product, and we can ship it to the production, and our final product is done. So the whole flow, you might have got the idea how it works. So you start with the development, you do the testing, you do the kind of staging, and post all of these are done, you put the final product in production, and you keep doing regression testing, something went wrong. In such scenarios, we have to roll back, but usually we don't follow this practice. What we have to make sure that we are thoroughly testing our product before it goes to production. When it is live, we are bound to get the bugs. Basically everything will not work as expected always. So ideal scenarios, it is working, but then not every time it will work. So in such scenarios, what you have to do is fix the bugs, create tickets for those, and quickly fix the bugs. So this is the whole idea of how software development lifecycle works. Once the whole development is done, like small chunk of works like the one I told with you, small features, you keep covering the milestones. Once these milestones are completed, you complete the whole project, and you You celebrate basically, right? That these were the goals and we achieved it with flying colors. Yes.